The other day, me and my fellow streamer Mark set out on a Pokemon race. The only rules of this race were that the first person to defeat Erika wins, and the loser has to hold up a sign on a busy road saying to follow the winner on Twitch. Other than that, to ensure an equal start, we decided that Bulbasaur could not be used due to the major type advantage Bulbasaur has on the other starters, so because of that, I ended up choosing Charmander. This proved to be a decent choice. Well, at least through the Viridian Forest. After that, I was kicking myself as I went up against Brock. If you've ever chosen Charmander as your starter, then you know just how annoying the first gym battle can be, and especially more so if you're racing and don't really have the time to go about catching a bunch of Pokemon to help with this battle. Oh, and did I forget to mention? Mark chose Squirtle, proving to be a vital choice as he swept through Brock on his first try, so yeah. Can't really say this was going the greatest for me. After about 5 whiteouts and hearing that Mark was about to be completely done with Mount Moon, I decided to make a drastic decision that could have completely killed this race for me. You know that small little patch of grass at the bottom of Pewter City right at the exit of the Viridian Forest? Well, that patch of grass has the potential to spawn a wild Oddish on you, and if I was to have any chance with these next 2 gyms, I needed that Oddish to come my way. It just so happens that taking risks is what I'm best at, as our first encounter was a level 3 Oddish. This Oddish ended up being essential as I leveled it, getting me a sweep in Brock's gym, an easy Mount Moon escape, and eventually leading me to Misty's gym. By this point, Mark was almost an entire light year ahead of me as he had already challenged Misty once, resulting in a loss. He then defeated Gary and was about to be finished with Bill's task, earning him a decent amount of XP, allowing him to effectively tackle Misty's gym. But me, what do you think I did? If you guessed attempting Misty's battle over and over until my Oddish was finally beefy enough to take her on, then you would be correct. By the time I actually completed Misty, Oddish was evolved into a Gloom and Mark was already well on his way to the SSN. But I got a little lucky since he thought getting the bike now would be the most efficient route, allowing me to complete Bill's task and sending me on my way to the SSN as well. After this, Mark ended up whiting out against Gary on the SSN, so he decided to take some time to level up his Pokemon against the trainers on the ship. While he saw leveling up his Pokemon as necessary, I saw it as an opportunity to catch up, and catch up I did. While Mark was leveling up his Pokemon, I decided to battle Gary myself as I had a killer Gloom at this point, and I wasn't really concerned about Gary's Wartortle. The battle was going fairly decent for me, and at this point Mark and I were pretty much neck and neck for the lead of this race. About halfway through my battle, Mark also started battling Gary, and this is where things began to take a turn for the worse for me, as I ended up losing my first attempt against Gary as Mark ended up defeating Gary. After respawning at the Pokemon Center, I decided to take this time to go and find me a Dugtrio, as I knew it would be nearly 100% necessary for this next gym. I searched for probably about 10 minutes plus, and I never ran into a single Dugtrio, and by this point, Mark had already lost against the gym leader twice, so he decided to steal my strat and also look for a Dugtrio. This guy. Keep in mind, he had already got cut and defeated Gary, while I had only lost to Gary and was stuck in this cave searching and searching and searching. By the time Mark arrived in the cave, I had practically given up on finding a Dugtrio and ended up settling for a high-level Diglett. What was absolutely dumb though, was that as I was about to leave the cave, Mark found a Dugtrio after like 5 encounters. That was incredibly frustrating to say the least. With my new Diglett, I decided to take on Gary once more while Mark decided to take on the gym leader. I ended up defeating Gary and Mark ended up losing to the gym leader yet again. At this point I realized we're still in this and we most certainly had a chance to win this race. Then made my way up the stairs and helped the drunk old man who, in hindsight, probably shouldn't be the captain of this ship, let alone really any ship. Regardless, he gave us cut and onto the 3rd gym we went. I cleared the random trainers to level up Diglett a bit, solved the gym leader's puzzle, and decided to take on Lieutenant Surge as Mark failed his 4th and 5th attempts at this gym leader. Now, you might think since Mark was having such a hard time here that would be the same case for me, right? Nah. I ended up taking Lieutenant Surge down, which gave us the first lead of the race. After this though, I kinda had a brain fart and I forgot where to go next. Yeah. That's a little awkward in a race. I ended up Googling it and telling Mark as well, since if I was gonna Google it, he deserved to know, because let's be honest, that's a little cheese of me. After I knew where to go, I made my way through the Diglett cave once more. At the end of the cave, there's a scientist in one of those route tunnels that hooks it up with Flash. Flash is nearly essential for visibility in the next cave, so you already know how to pick that up. After talking to the scientist, he told me I was a goddamn idiot, and I needed to catch one more Pokemon before he would ever consider giving me Flash. Yeah. What a dick. Anyways, because of that, we ended up picking up a Rattata in the same patch of grass that we picked up Oddish and quickly secured ourselves with Flash. By this point though, Mark had already defeated Lieutenant Surge and he was hot on my tail just moments away from entering that cave. I, on the other hand, was making great progress through this incredibly dark cave until this happened. And I have no potions. This is crazy. What was I thinking? There was no PP left for that move. I gotta hope it kills itself by poison. But he's still got one more Pokemon after this. Like, either way, I'm screwed. Damn it.
Damn, you gotta start the cave over?
Yeah, dude, this might be it for me. I might have just screwed up the whole run.
It's cool. Depends on how fucked I get at this gym, I guess.
Yeah. I whited out in the cave due to a lack of preparation and, well, strategy. Whatever. I ended up getting about halfway back through the cave again as Mark was just about leaving the cave. But I ended up running into a wild Charmander, and just in case I ever played on this profile again, I figured I'd try and catch it. I'd like to give a little disclaimer at this point though. Since me and Mark were so neck and neck, I thought me whiting out in the cave essentially guaranteed his win since he took the lead back at this point, so I wasn't really hustling that hard and I ended up catching that Charmander. After navigating my way through the cave, Mark already made it to Erika and had lost multiple times to her at this point. He decided to completely skip the Lavender Town shenanigans, and I followed suit because, to be honest, Lavender Town is kind of scary. Along my way over to Erika, I ended up catching a Growlithe, and as soon as I pulled up to Erika's town, I went to the Mega Mall to go and cop a new pair of Jordans. I'm kidding. There hasn't been enough humor in this video yet, so I just had to squeeze that in. All jokes aside, I did end up going to the mall and I picked myself up a Firestone to evolve Growlithe into an Arcanine, as well as a Grass Stone to evolve Gloom into a Vileplume. I figured if we were going to go against Erika, our Charmeleon and Gloom were not going to cut it against Erika's Vileplume, especially because we were fairly underleveled at this point due to skipping out on Lavender Town. This ended up proving essential as Mark had lost to Erika more times than I can count at this point. By now, he was fed up and went on the hunt for some fire Pokemon, securing himself a Vulpix and then later a Growlithe. By my, let's say, third Erika attempt, I was starting to make some headway and this happened. Alright, now I'm down just to my Vileplume with no way to use it. I have no PP left in my moves. I'm literally gonna have to get to the point where I use all my moves so that I'm struggling. Luckily, her Vileplume's literally about to kill itself. She left it out there just to die by burn. That's crazy. I'm on her last Pokemon with no moves. She's literally just getting all of her health back by Giga Draining me and then me using Super Potions. Oh, she ran out of moves. She's gonna have to start struggling too. It's whoever can get struggle first will win this battle.
Damn, dude, you might clutch it out just based on that.
If this is how I win it, I'm gonna be blown away. All right, I just need to use Sleep Powder 10 more times. But I had such a great start, I didn't want to throw it. Steven, you gotta get out of here. No, not right in front of the monitor, so all I can see is you. You're clicking buttons. You cannot be doing that. Any other moment, this would be a-okay, Steven. Actually, really, probably not. In front of the screen, not big chilling.
Never okay.
Never okay. This is off limits. She almost logged me out mid-battle. Oh my god. I finally got struggle. She's still using Sleep Powder. I got struggle first. I'm gonna struggle again. Oh, one more time. I got it, Mark. That's time.
You won?
I won.
Fuck.
Holy shit, dude. That was a crazy way to win, though. I did not anticipate that in the slightest degree. That's right. I defeated Erika and secured this race's win by literally struggling my way through with Vileplume. Technically, though, Mark should have had this in the bag. I really don't know what went wrong for him. He technically had the better starter for this race. Regardless, that wasn't enough to prevent him from having to promote my Twitch with a street sign. And he did indeed deliver. Here we've got a few people driving by. What is that they're witnessing? Follow JqMarsh. What can I say? He's right. Anyways, that's how I defeated my fellow streamer Mark. Check him out if you get the chance.
Don't mind me, I'm not taking this serious. I'm just trying to have fun while I'm living experience. Just trying to find a point like I'm missing a period. Haters carry germs, but I'm antibacterial.